This division of this National Guard division of this state was taken from its homes on my order, on the advice of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and have been sitting in a camp for many months. And I'm sure they wonder why. But that division and the other of the 160,000 men who were called up last summer after the meeting in Vienna with Chairman Khrushchev, in my opinion, have made it by their effort directly possible for us to this day to maintain our commitments to Berlin and to ourselves, and also to maintain the peace. The United States has done this, and the people of Wisconsin have more than borne their share of the responsibility. I would not enjoy sitting in a camp myself. I do not blame anyone who wonders why suddenly his life was taken and put out in the state of Washington. But I hope they realize, as I hope the people of this state realize, that these men are doing what free men must on occasions do. And I think this country owes them a debt of gratitude, which I hope they recognize. all those who see thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, who are unable to vote or can't find a home or can't find equality of education. My friend Pat Lucy, they said it couldn't be done, and it was done, and I want to express my compliments to him in fulfilling his responsibility as the leader of a state organization here, a state which has had a great tradition of political leadership. I am glad to be back in Wisconsin, and I want to express my thanks to you for a most generous welcome. It is not always encouraging, the news we read in Washington, so it is nice to be able to drive from the airport here in Milwaukee into town and get waved at. So I'm grateful to you all. That is an unchallengeable statement. My foot tracks are in every house in this state, and what I don't know about the state, the majority whip, our distinguished friend Senator Humphrey, he knows the rest of it. When they talk about a cold wind, I look north to Superior in the 10th Congressional District, and I know the difference between the kind of farms they have in the 7th District and the 1st District. And I know what a distinguished university can be in Madison, Wisconsin. And I know all about Vince Lombardi in Green Bay long before they won the... And I knew all about the Braves before you did, when they were back in Boston. We have to decide, and this is the issue, not so much parties, but between those who feel we should stand still and those who feel we should move ahead. The countries of Western Europe have grown twice as fast as ours economically and have had full employment for a decade. We have had a recession in '58, a recession in '60. We still have not put all the people back to work who want to go. We have made progress in the last year, but we still have much to do. And everyone who owns a home, who recognizes that that home and the builder who built that home and the workmen who worked on that home, it is because, in most cases, of the guarantees which were given by earlier programs in the administration of Franklin Roosevelt. So I don't think we should be worried about progress. I think we should make up our minds that this great country of ours, 180 million people, increasing 3 million a year, going to double our population in 40 or 50 years, that we have many tasks still undone, and we can do them. And in my judgment, that is what separates us in the year 1962. This is important, these congressmen and senators, because, as I've said, these issues are decided by 1 or 2 votes. This week in the House, on the Agricultural Committee, an agricultural bill was reported out 17 to 60. Medical care for the aged sits in the House committees and will be reported out or defeated by 1 or 2 votes. And the bill on youth employment is in the House Rules Committee, and it will come out or be defeated by 1 or 2 votes. So that these congressmen and senators working with us, I believe, have a most important function to fulfill. In the 1920s, Marshal Lyautey, the distinguished French marshal, told his gardener to plant a tree, and the gardener said, well, you don't want to plant that, it's going to take 100 years to flower. And he said, in that case, plant it this afternoon. Well, we don't know whether it will take 100 years to flower, and it may never flower. But I think we ought to plant it tonight. Thank you. When I was a candidate for the presidency, I was given this and signed it, advising us that in order to attend a steelworkers meeting in Pittsburgh, that you hereby promise to come to our town after you are president. Signed, William Hurling, President, the village of Mukwanga. Well, I can't go there, but if there's anybody there from Mukwanago. I hate to think how many of these are distributed all over Wisconsin, and I'm going to have to go. You may have to give me several years, but I will go. But I did want to say that I'm glad to come back to Wisconsin. This is a great state. Out of it's come a great many influential and powerful forces.
I have an important telegram from Washington that I'd like to read. Before I know that the first broad outlines of the new frontier were so dramatically presented to an program for economic growth, an opportunity worthy of the finest dreams of Wisconsin's democratic progressivism. We will need more. United we stand. United we shall carry forward the banner of progressive democracy. And the telegram is signed by Hubert H. Humphrey.
Lord of the universe, who can reckon the blessings with which thou hast endowed us? Thou hast made our land bountiful with the riches of the good earth. Thou hast enabled us to unlock the secrets which bind the mighty forces of nature. Thou hast made us the heirs of men who dreamed and labored and suffered, that liberty and dignity might be our birthright. And now, Lord, we ask one more blessing. Give us the courage to love one another, and let our love be compounded of compassion and of justice.